Beneath the deep sea, a gigantic coonfish was chained fast stuck on the sea surface for centuries. All because it often accidentally swallowed passing human ships, the king had locked it up in this mysterious waters. The giant coon shed tears every day, craving freedom more than anything. That all changed when it met Avanti and his little donkey. The kind-hearted Avanti was determined to free the coon. He rode the donkey straight into the coon's nostril. Inside the giant's huge nasal cavity, the little donkey flapped its wings, tickling non-stop. A terrible itch shot through the coon's whole body in an instant. Unable to stand the feeling, the coon tensed every muscle. Its thick iron chains shook violently under the enormous force. Finally, the coon let out a massive sneeze, breaking free from its bonds entirely. Avanti and the donkey were blown out with the blast. Luckily, the donkey could fly, saving them from a deadly fall. What no one knew was that this donkey was no ordinary beast. It was originally a divine horse from heaven. It had snuck down to the mortal world while the guards of the celestial stables were away at the peach banquet. Unfamiliar with the mortal realm, it fell into the water. Fortunately, Avanti spotted it just in time and saved it. To repay Avanti's kindness, the divine horse turned into a little donkey and stayed by his side. It even brought Avanti 2 strong, fine horses. But the divine horse's arrival the night before had trampled a large patch of farmland. The farmer stormed over to Avanti in a fury. Seeing this, the little donkey told Avanti to hop on its back, then zoomed 10,000 miles away in a flash. This wasn't a donkey, it was a land-bound Lamborghini. Still, Avanti decided to sell the 2 fine horses to compensate the farmer. As soon as they entered the market, they drew a crowd. Unfortunately, the greedy king saw this scene. Helpless, Avanti could only watch as the king seized the horses for himself. But the little donkey beside him couldn't stand the king's tyranny. It let out a loud whistle. In an instant, the 2 fine horses burst out of the palace gates. Unexpectedly, the king, who hadn't even gotten out of his carriage, was dragged along too. In the end, the out-of-control king tumbled into a pile of flour, turning into Snow White right away. Though the king had lost all face in front of his people, he couldn't execute Avanti over this. So the tricky king gave Avanti a chance to make amends. Deep in the desert lived a fierce fire bird that often attacked his soldiers. If Avanti could get rid of it, the king would forgive his offense. Helpless, Avanti had to head into the fire bird's territory with the donkey. Piles of armor and weapons lay everywhere, proof of how many soldiers had been devoured here. But Avanti pressed on, tossing the prepared nuts onto the sand. Legends said these nuts could make the fire bird weak and powerless. As time passed, a red glow started shining under the sand ahead. Suddenly, a ball of burning flames burst out of the ground. Looked closely, it wasn't a fire bird at all, but a fire phoenix that had trained for 10,000 years. The newly awakened phoenix soared into the sky. Anyone who sees this phoenix will have smooth sailing and great luck. Spotting the food on the ground, the phoenix got excited instantly. It curled its claws like delicate orchid fingers, picked up the nut, tossed it into the air, then gracefully jumped to catch it in its beak, swallowing it whole, shell and all. The more nuts the phoenix ate, the weaker it got, barely able to stand. Even so, it couldn't resist the tasty nuts. After grabbing the last one, it collapsed. Before falling asleep, it swallowed the final nut and drifted into a deep slumber.